There's a small island off the coast of Nova Scotia that hides a secret. A secret that has obsessed, bankrupted, and even claimed the lives of treasure hunters for over 200 years. This isn't a Hollywood movie script. It's the real-life story of Oak Island, arguably the most baffling and alluring mystery in North America. Imagine a treasure hunt so complex that it's protected by ancient booby traps, deliberately flooded tunnels, and whispered curses. Every time someone believes they're on the verge of a breakthrough, something goes catastrophically wrong. The island seems to fight back almost as if it has a will of its own. What could possibly be buried there that's worth such a price? Today, we're digging deep into the legend of the Oak Island Money Pit. Our story begins way back in 1795. A teenager named Daniel McGinnis was exploring the island when he noticed something peculiar, a circular depression in the ground under a large oak tree. Hovering above it from a sawn-off branch hung a ship's tackle block, a pulley system. His curiosity piqued. Daniel returned with two friends, and they decided to start digging. It didn't take long for things to get strange. Just 2 feet down, their shovels hit solid wood. It was a platform of oak logs, fitted tightly together. They broke through, continued digging, and at 10 feet down, they hit another one. Then another at 20 feet, and another at 30. Perfectly spaced layers of timber, sealing a vertical shaft as if guarding something of immense value. As news of their discovery spread, the site earned a legendary name, the Money Pit. By the early 1800s, the story had grown from local folklore into a full-blown treasure craze. Syndicates and wealthy investors like the Unsolved company took over the excavation, bringing in more manpower and equipment. They were convinced this wasn't just a few forgotten coins. They were hunting for legendary fortunes. Was it the lost war chest of the French army? The plunder of notorious pirates like Captain Kidd or Blackbeard? Or could it be something even more profound, like the lost jewels of Marie Antoinette or even the fabled treasure of the Knights Templar? The possibilities were intoxicating. The new teams picked up where the boys left off, digging deeper and deeper, past the 30-foot mark, finding more log platforms at every 10-foot interval. At around 90 feet down, they made a breathtaking discovery, a flat inscribed stone covered in strange symbols. Though the stone itself is now lost to history, a supposed translation from the 19th century has been passed down, and its message was electrifying. 40 feet below, £2 million are buried. With their goal seemingly just within reach, the crew went home for the night, dreaming of the riches they would unearth the next day. But when they returned, they were met with a heart-stopping disaster. The Money Pit, which had been dry for decades of digging, was now filled with over 60 feet of seawater. They tried to bail it out, but it was like trying to empty the ocean with a bucket. The water level wouldn't budge. It was then that they realized this wasn't a natural flood. It was a trap, a sophisticated, man-made booby trap. Later investigations would suggest an elaborate system of underground flood tunnels connected to the nearby ocean at Smith's Cove. Someone, centuries ago, had engineered the island itself to be a self-defending vault. The moment an excavator reached a certain depth, it would trigger a mechanism that would instantly flood the main shaft. The genius and sheer effort required to build such a system was mind-boggling. Who had the knowledge, the resources, and the motive to create such an incredible defense mechanism? The mystery had just deepened exponentially. The flooded shaft marked a turning point. The simple act of digging was no longer enough. Over the next 2 centuries, the quest for Oak Island's treasure became a war against the island itself. Dozens of expeditions, each more ambitious than the last, arrived with new theories and new technology. They tried everything. They built cofferdams to hold back the sea. They sank parallel shafts, attempting to bypass the flooded Money Pit and tunnel in from the side. But every single time disaster struck. The parallel shafts would mysteriously flood. Tunnels would collapse without warning. Drill bits would break on unseen obstacles. It was an endless cycle of hope and failure. The island seemed to have an answer for every move they made. Even a young Franklin D. Roosevelt, long before he became president, was part of a treasure syndicate in the early 1900s, captivated by the island's pull. He followed the search for the rest of his life, but like everyone else, he never saw it solved. Throughout these countless attempts, tantalizing clues would surface, just enough to keep the obsession alive. Drill cores brought up fragments of what looked like ancient parchment, small flecks of gold chain, and layers of a strange, fibrous material that resembled coconut husk, something not native to Nova Scotia. They found old tools, scraps of leather, and pottery. But the big prize remained elusive. The theories about what lies at the bottom grew wilder and more elaborate. The Captain Kidd theory is a classic, but many believe the engineering is too complex for a pirate. A more popular theory points to the Knights Templar. Could they have used the island as a secret vault to hide their legendary treasure, and perhaps even sacred relics like the Holy Grail or the Ark of the Covenant after they were disbanded in the 14th century? Others suggest it was a hiding place for Francis Bacon, who some believe was the true author of Shakespeare's plays, to store his original manuscripts. Each theory adds another layer of intrigue, turning Oak Island into a canvas for humanity's greatest historical what-ifs. And then there's the darker side of the legend. The curse. A prophecy, dating back over a century, claims that 7 men must die in the search for the treasure before the island will reveal its secret. To date, the death toll stands at 6. The first death occurred in 1861 when a water pump boiler exploded. The most tragic incident happened in 1965, when a man named Robert Ristall, his son, and 2 other workers all succumbed to poisonous gas in one of the pits. The curse adds a chilling, supernatural element to the story. Is it just a morbid coincidence in a dangerous line of work, or is there a genuine malevolent force protecting the island? This question hangs over every new dig, a constant reminder of the human cost of this enduring obsession. Today, the search continues, led by brothers Rick and Marty Lagina, who have brought modern technology and millions of dollars to the island, all documented on the hit TV series, The Curse of Oak Island. They've used advanced sonar, metal detectors, ground-penetrating radar, and massive drilling rigs to peel back the island's layers. They have found incredible things: a lead cross with potential Templar connections, old coins, remnants of French military activity, and a mysterious, stone-paved road in the swamp. They've drained entire coves and unearthed structures that predate the original 1795 discovery by decades, if not centuries. They have confirmed that the island was extensively engineered by someone for some purpose, long before anyone knew to look. Yet, despite all this, the central mystery of the money pit remains unsolved. The island continues to hold its ultimate secret close. So what does it all mean? After more than 220 years of relentless digging, after millions of dollars spent and lives lost, we are, in some ways, no closer to the final answer than Daniel McGinnis was with his shovel. Oak Island has become more than just a treasure hunt. It's a testament to the power of mystery and the unyielding grip of human curiosity. It represents that deep-seated drive we all have to solve a puzzle, to uncover the truth, to find what has been lost. Perhaps the true treasure of Oak Island isn't gold or ancient relics. Maybe the treasure is the story itself, a story that has fueled the imaginations of generations, a symbol of obsession, hope, and our eternal quest for the unknown. Because, in the end, sometimes it's not about what we find at the bottom of the pit. It's about the mystery that keeps us digging. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. What do you think is buried on Oak Island? Let me know your theories down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into the unexplained. We'll see you in the next video.